the call. Oh, claim your prize for a crown of stars. In the name of love, be the sacrifice. You and I will stand and fight, our backs to the wall.
After visiting Machu Picchu and Cusco in Peru, we took Bolivia Hop, which was this organized bus route all the way down that would stop periodically at different locations between Peru and Bolivia, ending up dropping you off in La Paz.
It really was incredible. We ended up stopping through Copacabana, which is a great city on Lake Titicaca. And Lake Titicaca is the highest elevated lake in the world that connects Peru to Bolivia. From there we went to Isla de la Sola, which actually has some ruins there that are older than Machu Picchu. And we got a chance to just kind of roam around the island there. I ended up buying some alpaca stuff and held up the entire boat. But you know, we made it there. It was really interesting to see these artifacts and this incredible history.
On the Peruvian side, we went to these floating islands and hung out with the native people, who apparently have their culture and this way of living has been there for thousands of years.
We showed up and the women all walked to the coast of the port where the boat was going to arrive, and all at the exact same time they said hello in their native language, and they brought us in and were very, very welcoming. They brought us actually inside of their huts and dressed us all up like to be the president.
I've been officially declared as the president. This is my vice, yeah.
They're all very, very colorfully dressed, and they take you in and kind of sell you monuments. It is a little bit touristy, but it is still pretty authentic.
We continued to go down to Lake Titicaca to La Paz. We ended up arriving into La Paz, Bolivia. The thing about La Paz is I actually had a very strong culture shock. The second you see La Paz, it is a big, messy, and it's very overwhelming. We ended up booking our hostel world hostel called Wild Rover. It's definitely a party hostel. It's a spot to be for backpackers stopping through. We ended up doing the Death Road, which is obviously an attraction for anybody who goes into La Paz. Death Road is definitely something you have to do for a backpacker. Basically, it's the world's most dangerous road. The road is up to 3 meters wide, which isn't very much to work with.
Takes about 250 people's lives every year, and it is actually pretty dangerous.
So we did it with a group, again, backpackers from all over the world.
And when I hear my name,
Still got love for the streets, it's the DRE. Yeah, buddy. They dressed us up in these bodysuits to keep us warm, but also more importantly to keep us safe if we fall. I ended up falling. A Canadian guy tried to whip past me as fast as he could, and as I was adjusting my GoPro, he ended up hitting my handlebar, and I just ate it as hard as I could. Luckily, I didn't eat it off the cliff. I just fell face first on a highway going about 40 kilometers an hour. Potosi is this very small city connected to Uyuni, and Potosi also has the Potosi mines, which are some of the biggest mines in the world and the highest elevated mine in the entire world.
You've drawn, you've sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood.
We would give them dynamite, coca leaves, and Coca-Cola or Sprite. When you go into these mines, we were seeing these 15-year-old kids just covered completely in dirt, and they were working relentlessly down there. We'd be crawling through these caves, and every now and then we'd hear a rumble, and the guide would say, "Get out of the way!" And we would all jump to the side, and a cart would go flying by us on the rails, and had anybody been in the way, it would have broken their legs instantly. We also saw this the devil. There is a clay devil at the bottom of the mine. Apparently it is to keep the miners safe. They would sprinkle coca leaves on it and would light up 2 tobacco cigarettes and put it in the devil's mouth, and it was a ceremony, and we witnessed it, and I've never seen anything like that at all. Finally, Alex met up with me in Uyuni, and it was time to do the Uyuni Desert, which is definitely the tourist attraction for backpackers. It's the thing to do. It's basically a desert made out of salt.
I'm actually totally amazed at these drivers, that they actually know where they're going, because you're driving and there's no real indication where you're heading, and there's no trails, there's no roads, there's nothing. You're just driving, and they seem to know where they're heading, but you end up at this place in the middle of nowhere that's like a hotel or a hostel that's essentially made out of salt. And you spend the night there, you bundle up because it becomes -20 in the night, and then from there you leave the next day, and then you end up at another hotel that's made out of salt. You end up at this spot where they have these geysers, which is essentially like little mini volcanoes blasting steam out of the earth, and there's boiling water, and it's almost like it's volcanic activity essentially. And Mike and I decided pretty stupidly to jump through some of these geysers, which we managed to walk away with unscathed.
There's also the Salvador Dali Desert, which had some incredible rock formations and shapes. The most amazing thing about the Uyuni salt flats is the depth perception. So you have these incredible photos that are being taken, and we decided to take full advantage of it, and we took some of these incredible videos of us having the most amazing time.
this desert trip, you end up in these beautiful hot springs, really interesting like ecosystems that you get in a desert, and one of them being these hot springs where it's nature's hot tub. It's freezing cold outside, so all the steam is coming out off the water, but you jump in there and it's like a perfect hot tub. I don't know what the temperature would be, but any hot tub you've been in, it's exactly like that.
The most amazing experience for me was when we drove over this huge sand dune and saw a lagoon full of hundreds of pink flamingos in the middle of the desert. It's something out of a sci-fi movie. If I was tripping on a drug, this is the type of stuff that happens. Finally, our incredible desert tour came to an end, and we ended up at the Chilean border. I really enjoyed Bolivia. I would highly recommend it, and you don't need a lot of money to go there, so just pack up and go. We'll see you there.
Really suggest going to Bolivia. It's very inexpensive and culturally just so rich, and you gotta go check it out. It's beautiful.
Flamenco with the flamingo.
And that, my friends, was my tall tale of Bolivia.
And now we're off to Chile. Let's go!
I won't regret after I am done with my rapture. I am done with the laughter. I'm the sun can't be captured in a smash bit in a massacre. Half of us want the real shit, but we are forced fed all of this horseshit.
We are in the middle of the desert. Amigos trying to find our road.
And we are last in the desert. We're just gonna have some creoles coming and eat us alive.